Sai Ram children, welcome to online session. Write the following statement using symbol of variation. First one. So are you ready with the study materials? Notebook, pen? Okay. So you have to write the statement using symbol of variation. First question. Diameter D of a circle is directly proportional to its radius R. So you are going to write it using symbol of variation. Next one is M varies inversely as N. Third, X varies inversely as square of Y. All the three have written? Yes, check your answers. First one. Diameter D. So which letter we have to use for diameter? D. Directly proportional. So symbol of variation is alpha. That is proportional to R. So have you written the correct answer? D varies directly to R. Second one. M varies inversely as N. So M varies inversely. So you have to write M. Sign of variation alpha, and inversely how we write? 1 upon n, that is reciprocal of n, 1 upon n. So check your answer. Third, X varies inversely as square of Y. X, symbol of variation, 1 upon Y square. Yes, so this what is a revision what we have done in the previous session. Okay, that is about direct variation, inverse variation. In direct variation, what you remember? Ratio remains constant. If one number increases, other increases in the same proportion. And in inverse variation, product remains constant. If one number increases, other decreases. Now let's continue with our practice set 7.2. Second question. Find constant of variation and write equation of variation for every example given below. So what we have to find? Constant of variation, and constant of variation is K, and equation of variation. First question. P varies inversely as Q. If P is equal to 15, then Q is equal to 4. Solution. So what is given? P varies inversely as Q. Write that. Write P, how it is given. Write, it is given. Now it is inverse variation. And for that what we have to do is, yes, that is product remains constant. So what we will be saying is PQ is K, that is product of P and Q, PQ is equal to K. K is constant of variation. Now with the pair of the values given, P is equal to 15, Q is equal to 4. Now we have to take the product. Substitute the values in the equation of variation. So 15 into 4 is equal to K. Now 15 4s are 60. So K is 60. We have got the answer. K is 60. And then equation of variation, PQ is equal to 60. So our answer is constant of variation, that is K. K is 60. And equation of variation, PQ is 60. So this is the way we have to solve the sum. Next question. X varies inversely as square of t, that is t square, and it is given as variation symbol, that is alpha 1 upon t square. So when it is 1 upon t square, it is varies inversely. If S is equal to 4, then t is equal to 5. These are the pair of values given. Solution. How we start the solution? From given. And given is S varies inversely as square of t. That is S, write the symbol of variation alpha 1 upon t square. Now when it is inverse variation, then the product remains constant. So S t square is equal to K. S t square is equal to K, that is constant of variation. Now substitute the values. When S is equal to 4, t is equal to 5. Values are given. In place of S, 4. In place of t, 5 square. So now what we are going to do? We are going to solve. That is 4 into square of 5. And square of 5 is 25. So 4 into 25 is K. And 4 25s are 100. So our K is 100. And equation of variation is ST square is equal to 100. So our answer is constant of variation, that is K, is equal to 100. And equation of variation ST square is equal to 100. Now here is word problem. The boxes are to be filled with apples in a heap. If 24 apples are put in a box, then 27 boxes are needed. If 36 apples are filled in a box, how many boxes will be needed? So here we are having number of apples and number of boxes. And boxes are to be filled with apples. Now how many apples are there? 24 apples are there. And how many boxes? 27. If 24 apples you will put in a box, 27 boxes are needed. Now if they are saying if you are filling box with 36 apples, how many boxes will be needed? Now what we have to do is, we have to identify which variation it is. Is it mentioned here inverse variation? No. Is it mentioned? No. So we have to write that first of all we will take the variables. So variables we can take from A to Z any letter. So here we have taken, let the number of apples be A and number of boxes be B. Now we know as a number of apples to be filled in a box increases, the number of boxes decreases. If more apples you will fill in a box, then the number of boxes will decreases. Because the quantity of apple is fixed, total number of apples are fixed. So number of apples in a box increases, then number of boxes decreases. Then we have to mention it is an example of inverse variation. So we have to identify from the question. It is an example of inverse variation. So what we will be writing here using the symbol of variation, that is A varies inversely as B. And how we write? A alpha sign 1 upon B. Then what we have to do? It is inverse variation, so product remains constant. AB is equal to K. Now when A is 24, B is 27. A is given number of apples, if we are filling 24 boxes are 27. Now we have to substitute in the equation of variation, and that equation of variation is 24 into 27 is K. Now you have to multiply this number. Take time, multiply 24 by 27 and you show the working beside where you are doing the sum as a working column and write the answer. And the answer is 648. K is equal to 648. So AB is equal to 648. That is our equation of variation. Now when A is equal to 36, if we are filling 36 apples in a box, we have to find B, number of boxes. So that is question mark. Again same value we will substitute in the equation of variation. A value is 36. So 36 into B is 648. Therefore, B is equal to equation is formed. So, 36 will go to other side of the equality as division. So, now B is equal to 648 divided by 36. If you want, you can do direct division or reduce it by 2. So 648 you divide by 2, it will become 324 upon 36 will become 18. And we know 324 is square of 18. So 18s are 18 ones are 18 18s are. If you know the squares or if you know the numbers, do directly or do the ordinary division. So divide 324 by 18 and get the answers. Answer is 18 boxes. 18. So answer is to be written in statement. Is a word problem. That is 18 boxes will be needed to fill 36 apples. X varies inversely as square root of y. And when x is equal to 40, then y is equal to 16. If x is equal to 10, find y. This is the given question. So first solution, and we start solution from the given question. So write as it is given using symbol of variation. X varies inversely as square root of y. Given. Now it is inverse variation. And in inverse variation, product remains constant. So x root y is equal to k. K is constant of variation. When x is equal to 40, y is equal to 16. We will substitute this in the equation of variation. That is, value of x is 40 into root 16 is equal to k. Now we know the root of 16 is 4. So it is 40 into 4 is equal to k. So 40 into 4, 160. So x root y is equal to 160, and that is equation of variation. When x is equal to 10, y is equal to, we have to find. So it is given question mark. Again what we will do? Substitute in the equation of variation. That is x root y is equal to 160. Now value of x is given 10. Value of x 10 multiply by root y is equal to 160. So now what we will do? Root y is equal to 160 divided by 10. As we know, while solving equation, 10 goes to other side, it will become divide by. So 160 divided by 10, 16. As we know that both the numbers are multiples of 10. They have 0 in the unit place. So root y is equal to 16. Now when root y is equal to 16, but we have to find the value of y, not root y. So how we will get it y? By squaring both the sides. And when you will square, that is root y, it will become y, and 16 square. So y is equal to 16, that is y is equal to 16 square, y is equal to 256. We have to write the square of 16. Y is equal to 16 square, that is square of 16, 256. So answer is 256. So by the time you have learned the squares by heart, cubes by heart and tables, you have to revise every day squares, cubes and tables. So here the answer is y is equal to 256. Next question. X varies inversely as y. When x is equal to 15, then y is equal to 10. If x is equal to 20, then y is equal to, you have to find the value. Solution. We start from given. And what is given? X varies inversely as y. Now we have to write the same thing using variation symbol. So how we will be writing it? X varies, that is inversely as y. So x symbol of varies alpha 1 upon y, it is inversely. So reciprocal 1 upon y. Now xy is equal to k, and k is constant of variation. And as we know it is inverse variation, product remains constant. So xy is equal to k. Now what we will do? Substitute the values. First pair of value is x is equal to 15, y is equal to 10. So we will substitute in the equation of variation and it becomes, that is, xy is equal to k. Here we are going to substitute value of x is 15 and into 10 is equal to k. So multiply 15 by 10. The answer is 150. K is equal to 150. That is, our constant of variation is 150. And equation is xy is equal to 150, equation of variation. Now next pair. When x is equal to 20, then y is equal to, we have to find. And then what we do? We substitute the values in equation of variation. And equation of variation here is xy is equal to 150. That is, xy is equal to 150. And substitute the values. In place of x, 20. 20 multiplied by y is equal to 150. So y is equal to 150 divided by 20. 20 is going to other side, divide by. So first what I have done is, that is divide by 10, because 0 is at the unit place. So it becomes 15 upon 2. And we divide 15 upon 2. You will get the answer in decimal, and that is 7.5. So our answer here is y is equal to 7.5. Now here, time, work, speed. Let's find what is the relation between time, work and speed, and how they are the examples of inverse variation. Now the number of workers and time taken to finish the work. There is inverse variation between them. For example, the work is given. Then or you have to construct a wall. Work is given. So more the number of workers, less time taken. Or if less workers are there, more time taken. So here the relation between number of workers and time taken is inverse. One number increases, other decreases. Now next, time taken to cover a distance by a vehicle and is uniform speed. That is, you are going to a place and speed is more, time taken will be less. Or if speed is less, time taken will be more. To cover a distance, distance is fixed. So here the relation between time and speed is of inverse variation. Inversely they are related. So these are the examples of variation which are related to time, work and speed. How they have the inverse variation, that is, they are inversely related. Or many times we have observed when we go to school, the distance between a school and our home is fixed. Now in the morning what we do? We are in a hurry. So we walk fast. Speed is more, time taken is less. Now when the school ends, when you come back home, you come slowly, walk slowly, time taken is more. So this is the way to cover a distance. There is a relation between time and speed is inverse variation. Now let's continue with practice set. Start with practice set 7.3. Which of the following statements are of inverse variation? Number of workers on a job and time taken by them to complete the job. Now the number of workers on a job. We know more number of workers, less time taken. So here the relation is, just now we have this done. It is, yes, inverse variation. And the reason is, as the number of workers on a job increases, time taken by them to complete the job decreases. Or vice versa. Vice versa means other way. If number of workers decreases, time taken by them increases. So they have inverse relation between them, inverse variation. Now next is petrol filled in the tank of a vehicle and its cost. So when you are filling the tank petrol, so more the petrol, more the liters of the petrol, more cost you have to pay. So you have to pay the cost according to the liters, that is petrol filled in the tank. So what relation they are having? They are having direct variation. Why? More the petrol, more the cost. But the question asked is which are of inverse variation. So it is not of inverse variation. Now this is an assignment which you are going to do on your own. Number of pipes of same size to fill a tank and the time taken by them to fill the tank. A tank here is fixed. So number of pipes, that is also they are mentioning same size. So time taken, what is the relation between them? More the number of pipes, less time. So yes, you have to write the answer what variation is there. Next is area of a circle and its radius. This also we know, when we draw the circles of different radii, the area changes. So if the radius is small, that is, if you are taking the radius changes, that is smaller the you will take the number of radius, area will be smaller. If you are taking more, accordingly. So which variation it is? Yes, you have to write that. This third, fourth is your assignment which you are going to do on your own. Thank you. We are concluding here our session what we have studied, and next time we will continue from here. So we conclude our session.